I think I just found my new favorite romance anime. So, I recently started watching Ramparts of Ice. I was expecting it to be like this really cute, cringy romance anime, like a lot of romance animes, you know? But now I'm sitting here, emotionally attached, yelling at the characters. Why is this so good? This anime is beautiful, depressing, and intense, and emotionally damaging, all at the same time. Like I said, going into this anime, I honestly thought it was going to be one of those cutesy, cringy animes.
俺だけのメイドだからな。
But Ramparts of Ice feels much heavier than that. Each character kind of has like their own issue that they're dealing with. Let's talk about the characters. So obviously we got to start with the main character, which is Koyuki Hikawa. So Kiyuki Hikawa is the main character, known throughout the school as the Ice Queen. You know, due to some things that you learn about in her past, she doesn't really get close to her classmates, is pretty closed off and keeps to herself. And she just like doesn't really interact with anyone. And this kind of causes everyone to call her the Ice Queen. Most people are scared of her. They think that she's scary, annoyed with them, bunch of different things. Then we have Miki Azumi, who is Hikawa's best friend and pretty much like the complete opposite of Hikawa. Miki is very popular, a little wild, which like in my opinion makes her a very lovable character, and I really like her. And it's really funny because like later on in the anime or even the manga, I'm not sure if this part's animated yet, but she has a pretty crazy sense of style, which I'm obsessed with. I love her so much. And we have Minato Amamiya. Amamiya is even more popular than Miki, as like he doesn't like people being alone. He wants to like include them and make them feel included. So he's really outgoing and really good at getting people to like talk to him, open up. And he feels very, and honestly, like he's somebody that I also would have opened up to. He's really good at talking to people. He finds something that you're interested in, he then gets interested in it too. So he'll be like, oh, like you read manga, like what kind of manga do you read? And then he'll go read it and he'll come back and talk to you about it. He is a character that I would absolutely also be friends with. He would be like, oh, like tell me about that new anime, and I'd be like, I got you, let me let me just ramble for a little bit. You found my secret interest right now. Now, even though he doesn't like leaving people to kind of like be on their own, that's when he kind of meets and has this challenge of trying to befriend Hikawa. His biggest challenge yet. Then we have Yota Hino. Yota is like this really tall, carefree character, and that really draws Hikawa in. Like Hikawa's really drawn to the fact that he's so carefree because she also wants to be that as well. She wants to be tall because she's really short and she doesn't like getting made fun of that. Yota's really book smart, he's athletic, and he tends to just go with the flow with whatever. Even his friends think he's a little dense. However, later on you find out that there's more depth to him than just that tall, carefree character. Yota's really sweet. He's caring, and I do think that Yota and Hikawa would make a great couple. However, that being said, I want Hikawa to get with Minato Amamiya so bad. I just think that that's just my ship. I don't know. Like, she would be really good with Yota, but it has to be Amamiya. Anyway, let me tell you about the actual like plot of the anime, maybe. So really the anime follows Hikawa, And at first it seems like a pretty normal romance anime, you know, one of those ones where they don't communicate well, there's tons of misunderstandings, and then they don't get together for what, like 2 seasons? That kind of romance anime is pretty frustrating. However, I just can't get enough of it. So even though that's exactly what this anime is, it's got more depth to that. Like I said, each character has their own issue that they're dealing with, and the anime is really not just about the romance, it's about these characters kind of growing throughout the episodes and like getting past these issues that they have. Yeah, of course it's got those frustrating moments where you're just yelling at those characters like, talk about your feelings, my dude, like, get this out of the way, get past this misunderstanding. But you also get to see the small changes that the characters are going through every episode. The amazing character growth makes my heart feel happy, and that's what really got me invested in this anime. So I've really been enjoying this anime. I've been enjoying it so much I also picked up the manga. So I didn't read the manga before I started watching this anime. I started watching this anime, I was like, oh my god, it's taking so long for this new episode to come out. Let me read it. So if you like anime that focuses on like feelings, chemistry, real issues that people would experience, and character development, you need to watch this. Also, Ramparts of Ice was written by the same person that wrote You and I Are Polar Opposites. And what I really also like about this anime is in like a couple of episodes, there are cameos of the main character from You and I Are Polar Opposites, which I'm gonna have to tell you about that anime sometime, because that also is a romance anime that's really up there on my list. If you watched Ramparts of Ice, tell me I'm not the only person that's obsessed with it. And if you haven't watched it, prepare to become emotionally attached. Let me know. Until next time.